doing a shloka by shloka explanation and learning exclusively for Vishwaroopa Sai consciousness. Kumari Vatsallya Thulasidharan is a disciple of Sri Anand Dayanidhi ji, and Kalaima Mani Srimati Girija Ramaswamy in Sangeeta Upanyasam, and in Sangeeta Upanyasam, and disciple of Kalaima Mani Selvi S.V. Usha in classical vocal music. She is currently giving performances in various places. She was conferred the title Sanatana Shri by Ethiraj College for Women in the year 2016. She is a qualified cost accountant, a qualified company secretary. She is currently pursuing CA articleship in Chennai. Over to you, our dearest Vatsallya, because last week you just touched on the fifth shloka. Now I think you'll do fifth and the sixth, or you'll do only fifth. We don't know. We can't wait. 1 week was too long a period to wait. Sairam, over to you.
Sairam. Hope I'm audible.
கொஞ்சம் சத்தமா பேசேன்.
Am I audible now?
1 second. Yes, you're audible.
கேக்குறதா? Hello.
கேக்குறதுமா, நன்னா கேக்குறது, ரொம்ப நன்னா கேக்குறது. Yes, it's audible, child. It's audible.
Hello.
கேக்குறதுமா.
ஜி கேக்குறதா?
கேக்குறது. It is audible.
ஜி கேக்குறதா?
கேக்குறது. It is audible.
हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेवा आदि पराशक्ति माता की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। नमः शिवाभ्यां नवयौवनाभ्यां परस्पराश्लिष्टवपुर्धराभ्यां नागेन्द्रकन्या वृषकेतनाभ्यां नमो नमः शंकर पार्वतीभ्यां कलाभ्यां चूडालंकृत शशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटित फलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्याम् अस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्याम् आनन्दस्फुरत् अनुभवाभ्यां नतिरियम् गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परंपराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वम् अरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत् स्मरणात् भवेत् हनुमत् स्मरणात् भवेत्। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेवा। Lord Dakshinamurti, the Lord of this entire world, entire Jagat, has blessed us all immensely today to take part in this Satsangam, to enjoy listening to the meaning of the shlokas in Shivananda Lahari, composed by Sri Adi Shankaracharya. In our previous week's Satsangam, we all enjoyed listening to the meaning of the 4th and 5th shloka in Shivananda Lahari. Adi Shankaracharya sings in the 4th shloka, Sahasram vartante jagati vibudhaha kshudra phaladaha namanye swapne saganam tatkrita phalam hari brahmadinam nikata bhajama sulabam chiram yache shambho shiva tava padam bhoja bhajanam. Adi Shankaracharya says, let me not constantly dwell upon temporary happiness. Sahasram vartante. There might be thousands of gods, thousands of demigods, thousands of devas in this world who will bestow trivial, trifling rewards to all of us when we pray to them. Namanye swapneva. But I will not go to them. I will not think about them. I don't want to go behind them and fall at their feet for all these temporary rewards. What is it going to give me? It is not going to give me the permanent happiness. Why should I think about that? Namanye swapneva tad anusaranam tat krita phalam. I don't want their rewards. I don't want their blessings. I don't want to think about them even in my dreams. Hari brahmadinam api nikata bhaja masulabham. I want that permanent happiness which even Hari, Brahma and the other devas find it difficult to attain, which is your pada ambhoja bhajana, which is the constant meditation upon your lotus feet. Why do I need the other things in this world? I need only this, because only this is permanent, says Adi Shankaracharya. In the 5th shloka, he says, Smritau shastre vaidye shakuna kavita gana phanitau purane mantreva stuti natana hasyeshva chaturah katham ragnyam pritir bhavati mayi koham pashupate pashum mam सर्वज्ञ प्रथित कृपया पालय विभो. He says, "O Vibho, O omnipresent one, O all-pervading one, O Vibho, you are my king. You are pervading everywhere. So you become the ultimate emperor for all the worlds put together. So you are the ultimate refugee for everyone. You are the king. And for me to get closer to you, I think I should have some qualification. Because in our present day, we all see that if we possess some quality, some trait in us, it brings us closer. If we have some positive trait in us, if we have something to exhibit, something to showcase, then it brings us closer to higher authorities, higher officials, or even the king. So Adi Shankaracharya says, I need to go closer to the king. What qualities should I possess? I should be capable enough in any of these fields to be closer to Bhagavan. What are those fields? Smrita, canons of law, constitution, shastre, philosophies, vaidye, medicinal field, stuti, eulogizing and praising anyone, shakuna, in deciphering omens around us, kavita, in poetry, ganan, in singing, panitav, in grammar, in the art of speaking, purane, in puranas, mantras, mantri, in mantras and prayers, natana, in dance, hasyeshu, in making others laugh, in being humorous. So these are the fields in which I must excel to grab the attention of my king. But O king, you know everyone, you know everything. Sarvagya, you are the Sarvagya, you know everything in this world. And you also know that I am incompetent. I am totally incompetent. I don't possess any capability in me to please you through all these ways, to please you through all these fields. So you know what is my ultimate surrendering point? I say, I give up. I've raised my hands. And I say, I totally surrender at your feet. Because Pashum Mam, I am a Pashu. And I don't know anything. Mai Koaham. Who am I? Just a normal person. What can I do? I don't possess any qualities in me. So what is the use of me being in this world itself? I don't have any qualities. I don't have any talent in me. So I am a Pashu. But you are Sarvagnya. You are also the Pashupati. You are my king. You are the ultimate protector. So Pashupati, Tvam Prathita Kripaya. You should shower your compassion on me. But it is not the normal compassion. We all know that your compassion has no bounds. You are famous for your compassion. You are Ashutoshi. You are the Karuna Sagaram. So I pray for that. I pray for that Karuna only. Please shower that Karuna upon me. And you need not make me a Jnani. You need not give me knowledge. You just pull me out of this Samsara Sagaram and keep me next to you. That is enough. That is the greatest gift. That is the greatest blessing that I would ask you for. O Pashupati, Prathita Kripaya, through your famous compassion, Palaya Vibho, protect me, save me from this Ghora Samsara. So this is the prayer which Adi Shankaracharya places in front of Shambhu. And he also teaches us how to pray and how to be submissive. In the next shloka, he goes ahead and he says, Ghato va mritpindopyadurapi cha dhumogniratalaha pato va tamturva Ghora shavanam Vritha kantha kshobham Vahasi tarasa tarka vajasa Bhojam shambhor Bhaja Paramasaukyam Vrajasudhi Ghato va Mritpindo Pyadurvicha Dhumogmirachalaha Pato va Tanturva Varihartikim Ghora Shamanam Vritha Kantha Kshobham Vahasi Tarasa Tarkavachasa Bhojam Shambhor Bhaja Paramasaukyam Vrajasudhi. He addresses all Sudhis in this world. Sudhi means, hey Buddhi, hey intellect, you're very smart, you're very clever. All those people in this world who are smart and clever are addressed here. Why are they called smart and clever? Because he is the Gurunatha. And since we are also celebrating Guru Purnima celebrations, Guru Purnima, we should also think about the greatness of Guru in this occasion. Only a Gurunatha can be so kind and generous towards all his bhaktas. Because he doesn't consider anyone to be his shishya. He only considers them to be his own sons and daughters. So out of mamta, out of compassion, he says, oh Sudhi, oh clever one, oh wise one. He says this as though he has kept a child on his lap. He is patting that child and telling, oh Sudhi, oh clever one, oh intelligent one. He says this in this tone so that we grab the ultimate essence of the shloka in a better fashion. If he says Mudhamate, it has a meaning. If he says Sudhihi, it has a meaning. He knows where to say what. So in this shloka, he says, hey Sudhi, hey clever one, I know that you're clever. I know that you're very, very intelligent. I know that you know what is good and wrong. So now, I will explain a small thing for you. I will explain this in detail. Try understanding it, comprehending it, and implementing it in your life. Do you know the path to attain Paramasaukyam? Oh Sudhi, oh Kshobhana Buddhi, oh intelligent one, do you know what is the secret behind Paramasaukyam? Parama happiness, the epitome of happiness. It is Padam Bhojam Shambhoho Bhaja. It is the constant meditation upon Lord Shiva's lotus feet. Padam Bhojam Shambhoho. And when constantly dwells upon it, when constantly concentrating upon it, will attain Paramasaukyam. Padam Bhojam, Pada Ambhojam, lotus-like feet of Lord Shiva is to be concentrated upon, is to be meditated upon. We must always keep that lotus feet in our dhyanam. Padam Bhojam Shambhoho Bhaja. Oh Sudhi, oh good one, oh clever one. I know that you will understand this. I know that you will catch all these things very quickly. So understand this. You must always think about Lord Shiva and his lotus feet. We all enjoyed why we have to catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Shiva in the previous week's satsang, because it totally eradicates our ego. It hits our ego, destroys it completely, and it makes us more humble. So the padam is to be caught. The padam is something which is our constant refugee and surrendering point. So, Pada Ambhoja Bhajanam, keep thinking about it. But bhajanam must not be something which is monotonous. It must not be something which is too grammatical or mixed with ego or pride. He explains this through the first 3 lines of the shloka. He says, bhajanam should be there. Bhajanam should always be there. We must always keep singing. We must always keep chanting the names. We must always keep thinking about Lord Shiva and his lotus feet. But it should not be a monotonous thing, or it should not be filled with ego or pride. He uses few tarka vachanam here in the shloka to explain this concept. He says, Ghatova Mritpindopyanurapicha Dhumobni Rachalaha Patova Tanturva Pariharati Kim Ghora Shamanam. Ghatova Mritpindova. We must understand what tarka is. Tarka is the logical reasoning. It is the logical analysis. We have always seen many logical reasoning questions in our aptitude tests. If A is equal to B, B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. If mother loves the daughter, daughter loves mother. Sorry, if the father loves mother, father loves daughter, daughter loves mother. So it means father loves mother. So these are many reasonings that we keep undergoing in our day-to-day life. We keep thinking about all these things, and these are also put forth in our question papers in many occasions. So tarkam is very, very important. It is also a shastram, tarka shastram. So this tarka increases the thinking capability of a person. It increases the analytical skills of a person. And if it is given to a child, then his capabilities increase a lot, because as a child we tend to grasp many things. So it increases his capabilities. It increases his ability to think. And Tarka is authored by Gautama Maharishi and Kanaka Maharishi. It talks about logical reasoning and analytical skills alone. Now let us take a few examples. We need to understand what Tarka is. This Tarka is a Shastra which can be proved through 4 means. This can be known through 4 ways. The 4 ways are Pratyaksha, direct perception of things, Anumana, inference of things, Upamana, example, and Anupalabdhi, absence of something. We'll see a few examples to understand what it is exactly. Ghatova, Mritpindova, pot or clay. We have a pot in our hand. This is made up of clay. Now, this pot is made out of clay. This clay is processed and a pot comes into the picture. Pot is unmanifested in the clay. This is one type of arguments, which is Satkaryavada. So some people say that the pot is in an unmanifested form in the clay already. So it is already present there. So it gets manifested because of a process. This is Satkaryavada. And the next set of argument is, pot is something independent of the clay. It comes from clay. It is an entirely new substance. It is a new thing that has come into existence. So it cannot be compared with clay. It is totally independent. So this becomes Asatkaryavada. So if we take pot as the effect and clay as the cause, effect, cause, effect, cause. Cause and effect relationship is understood through these examples. Pot is the effect, clay is the cause. pot is formed out of clay. Pot is formed out of clay. So, is the effect already present in the cause in an unmanifested form, or is the effect independent than that of the cause? There are two arguments. Is the effect already present in the cause in an unmanifested form, or is it exhibiting itself in a new way? Is it independent of the cause which is already present? So these type of arguments are created in Tarka Shastra. One more example which Adi Shankaracharya says is Patova Tanturva. We have threads, we have cloth. So if we keep all the threads in a plate or in a table, will this amount to the cloth being formed? It has to undergo a process. So is this thread, is this cloth already in an unmanifested form in the thread, or is this cloth independent than that of the thread? So this is a cause and effect relationship, which is a perfect example for direct perception of things, which is the pratyaksha. So this is an example of pratyaksha pramana. There is one more example which is explained by Adi Shankaracharya in this shloka itself, which falls under Anumana Pramana, inference Pramana. He says, Dhumaha Agnihi Achalaha. Dhumaha, smoke. Agnihi, fire. Achalaha, mountain. So, a person sees a mountain. He sees smoke coming out of the mountain. So he infers that the mountain is on fire. How did he infer this? He has seen his mother igniting the firewood, thereby creating fire. And from that fire, he has seen smoke coming out in his kitchen to cook food. So, Dhumaha Agnihi Achalaha. He says, Parvataha Agniman Dhumat. Because of the Dhuma, we come to a conclusion. It is inferred that the mountain is on fire. We use the past experience to understand the future occurrences. So this is an example for inference. Anumana Pramana. There is one more thing. He says, Anuhu Api. Everything in this world is made up of Anu, small atoms. We all know when Anus combine together, atoms combine together, it becomes molecule, and molecule further becomes a complex structure. So this complex structure, our body, when broken down, forms small particles called ions, atoms. We also know that inside the atom we have ions, we have many complicated things in that, and we have also studied it in our modern day science. But we have to understand one thing. This modern day science has in fact taken many facts from our Sanatana Dharma. Our Sanatana Dharma, our Shastras had already given all these things. It says Anu, Dvi Anu, 3 Anu. It says when one atom is there, it is called this way. When 2 atoms combine together, it is called this way. When 3 atoms combine together, it is called this way, and it explains everything in detail. But we don't have the patience to go through it. So ultimately, Anu, here, we cannot debate whether pot is better, clay is better, or thread is better, cloth is better, because everything is made up of smaller atoms, small particles. So is it the Anu which is the greatest thing? So we keep debating, we keep thinking about one thing, we keep going deep into it, and we think we are doing a research. This is a never-ending process. This keeps going on forever and ever and ever. But the main point here is we concentrate more on the Apara Vidya than the Para Vidya. Mundaka Upanishad says that there are 2 types of Vidyas. Para Vidya, Apara Vidya. Dve Vidye Veditavye Parachaiva Aparacha. Para Vidya, Apara Vidya. Apara constitutes all the Laukika knowledge that we have, including Rigvedam, Yajurvedam, Samavedam, Atharvana Vedam, Shiksha, Jyotisham, Shastram, Vyakaranam, Chandas, Nivrittam, and Kalpam. Sa, Apara. So all these become Laukika Shiksha. How can this be Laukika Shiksha? This is Laukika Shiksha because this is not combined with Para Jnanam, not combined with the Para knowledge. What is that Para knowledge? Yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate sa Para. When the Akshara Swarupam Brahma is experienced, when we have that knowledge, when we just see it as Akshara, when we just see it as words, syllables, then it becomes Aparavidya. Even though it is Apaurusheya, even though it is Bhagavan created Vedas, it just becomes words. We are not able to realize it. So it becomes Aparavidya. Paravidya. Akshara Brahma. Yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate sa para. When we start realizing it, when we start experiencing that knowledge, then it becomes Paravidya. So Paravidya must be with Aparavidya. But in our present day, we are all behind Aparavidya only. And in fact, Adi Shankaracharya is also explaining this concept only. He says we are all behind Aparavidya. What is the use of going through all these Tarka Vadams? Of course, Tarka is important. But he says, what is the use of going through all these Tarka Vadams when it is not backed up with Vedic knowledge, when it is not experienced in real? It is said, Shruti manastarko anusandhiyatam, dustarkasu viragyatam. Do anusandhanam of Shruti. Bring it into your practice. Experience it. Start analyzing it and start rejoicing it. Don't just do it for the sake of marks. Don't just do it for the sake of learning something. Nobody is going to give you a crown when you say that you know all Shastras and all Vedas by heart, when you cannot follow even one thing mentioned in the Vedas correctly. Vedas say, leave your ego. But when you say that I know everything in this world, I know all Shastras, I know all Tarkam, I know all Vedas, and when you say that there cannot be anyone beyond me, there cannot be a better person than me, then it only exhibits your ignorance. This is what happened to all the Munis in Darukavanam. We all experienced it. We all enjoyed that shloka few weeks back. In Darukavana, everyone thought that they were much more greater than Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma. They thought that their jnanam was the ultimate thing. So Lord Shiva had to come in the form of Bhikshatana Murti, and Lord Vishnu had to come in the form of Mohini to distract them and to prove that pride cannot bring anything in this world. So this is the same thing which Adi Shankaracharya is explaining here. What is the use of having Tarka alone? Naisha Tarkena Matirapaneya, says Kathopanishad. If you want to study about yourself, if you want to have jnana about your own self, then you must have Atma Jnanam, you must have Bhakti. You cannot do it just with Tarkavadam. Naisha Tarkena Matirapaneya. You cannot do it to Tarkavadam. What is the use of just getting involved in useless arguments, wasteful arguments? Adi Shankaracharya is telling this. So does this mean that he is against Tarkam? He knows everything. If we have to sum up Adi Shankaracharya's life, then it can be done in one shloka, which says, Ashtame Chaturo Vedaha Dvadashe Sarva Shastravid Shodashe Kritavan Bhashyam Dvatrimshe Munirabhyagat. Ashtame Chaturo Veda. By the age of 8, he learned all the Vedas. What were we doing when we were 8 years old? We were probably in the 3rd standard or the 4th standard. What were we doing? We would have watched Cartoon Network, Pogo, Disney channels. Then he wouldn't have done anything. But he learned all the 4 Vedas. Ashtame Chaturo Veda. All the 4 Vedas. Dwadashe Sarva Shastravit. At the age of 12, he learned all Shastras. Learning doesn't mean that he just learned it by heart. He also understood it. Because only if he understood Vedas and understood Shastras, he could do Bhashyam. So at the age of 16, Shodashi Kritavan Bhashyam. At the age of 16, he completed all his Bhashyam. And for the next 16 years, Dvatrimshe Munirabhyagat, within the next 16 years, he spread this knowledge to nook and corner of the world. He created many more gurus like him. In fact, the Guru Parampara that we have now finds its root to Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya. Of course, the Guru Parampara goes beyond that. It starts from Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu. But if we have so many branches today, all those branches have come out of that one trunk, which is Adi Shankaracharya. Bija being Lord Shiva, Lord Narayana. So from that trunk, we have too many branches. So, Dvatrimshe Munirabhyagat, within the age of 32, he told this to the entire world. And he also attained the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. So he knows Tarkam. He has in fact used Tarkam in many places. If he didn't know Tarkam, how would he quote all these things? How can he quote Ghatova, Mritpindo, Dhumaha, Agnihi, Achalaha, Patova, Tanturva? How can he quote all these things? So he knows Tarkam. But he also knows Bhakti. This is because all our ancestors had been focusing on the Paramatma Tattva. In fact, some people say that Earth is global, spherical. This statement was given by a foreigner, but we have it in our Vedas and Shastras. Bhu-golam. Bhu-golam. Golam means round. So Bhumata is golam in a spherical form. We all knew it way back, and it is there in our scriptures also. But the point is, Paravidya, Aparavidya. The fact that Bhu, that is the earth is spherical, is the Aparavidya. But the fact that this Bhu was lifted up by Varaha Swami, this Bhu was measured by Trivikrama Swami, this Bhu was the chariot when Lord Shiva went out to destroy Tripurasura, was the Paravidya. We were focusing on Lord Shiva and Lord Narayana, but they started going through our scriptures and they started focusing on this Aparavidya. And in a way, they were all successful because they came here. They told us that Paravidya is of no use, and they started giving us the Aparavidya, which we already knew. Their main aim was to destroy Gurukul system. In a letter by a Britisher, he says, if you have to defeat India, Bharat, we should not even use the term India, because India means independent nation declared in August. We are still under the clutches of Britishers then. Why should we use India? We should say Bharat. We should feel proud to say Bharat. So Bharatam, if it has to be destroyed, if the culture has to be destroyed, then Gurukul system must be destroyed. Because it is very strong. And through this, they create more and more gurus. So this has to be destroyed. And they were also successful in doing this. They destroyed our Paravidya and they started giving us the Aparavidya, which we knew early. We all know about yoga. And now foreigners are doing yoga. They come and tell this as a new thing. And we start following it again. This is the most hilarious thing that can happen to us. They try to claim patent for turmeric, which we've been using for ages. Now there was also a recent news. we say donna, which is made up of leaves to contain prasad. They give it in all temples. We have it even now. And now there was a recent news which said foreigners have created the most economic way of creating a plate, of creating a container. And it was praised by the entire world. And we were like, we have already seen this. This is what we use everywhere. This is there in all the places in our country. Haven't you been to Bharatam? If not, please come here. You will find it in all temples. So what are we going to find? What are we searching for? What is this Apara Vidya going to give us? Why waste your time in all these Apara Vidyas? In fact, the modern day science says research, research. Keep searching for something new. And that is why when we say apple fell down, Newton realized that. From then on, everyone started researching upon that. There is a new research after that, because they don't find satisfaction in that. They keep thinking about something and their mind is not in a composed position. Sthirata nahi re. Sadashiva Brahmendra says, Sthirata nahi re. Those who keep thinking about viparita jnana vimattanam, those who keep thinking about the other meanings which might be implied in the Shastras or Vedas, will never come to a tranquil position. Sthirata nahi re. They'll only keep searching more. They can never come to a tranquil, composed, calm position. But if once we study Shastram, then we will come to the point of peace. From then on, we will not start thinking, because even if it is one shloka, it will teach us the Atma Jnana. We've been searching peace everywhere around us, but it is there in us. If we start looking deep into us, if we start understanding Atma Jnanam, then what better than that? What could be better than that? So Atma Jnanam suppresses all our questions. It gives us an answer very easily, in a very lucid, simple form. And from then on, we will not go in search of anything else, because we'll be happy, enjoying the Parama Saukhyam in us, Parama Anandam. And this is Shiva Anandam. Shivananda Lahari talks about that only. This is the purest form of Anandam, the greatest Anandam that we can ever experience. So this is the Anandam that we have to search for. So instead of going behind Aparajnanam, start running behind Parajnanam. When you club it with Atma Jnanam, when you club it with Brahma Jnanam, when you club it with Bhakti, and ultimately you will attain peace. That is why we should not keep indulging ourselves in all these Tarkavadams. All these Tarkavadam will only waste our time. It is not going to take us any further. Yatha jnanam vina muktihi nastyupaya shatairapi tatha bhakti vina jnanam nastyupaya shatairapi. It is said, Yatha jnanam vina muktihi. If you have to attain mukti, then it cannot be attained without jnana, without the ultimate knowledge. But if you have to attain the ultimate knowledge, it cannot be apara jnanam. It cannot be the laukika jnanam. It cannot be just the words that we find in front of us, but it has to be meaningfully put to us, and it has to club with bhakti. It has to club with para jnanam. Tatha bhakti vina jnanam nastyupaya shatairapi. If you have to achieve the ultimate knowledge, then you should have bhakti. Without bhakti, ultimate knowledge cannot come to us. So this is why Adi Shankaracharya says, don't waste your time in finding out if it's ghatova, mritpindova, anuvapi, cha, dhumaha, agnihi, achalaha, pataha, va, tanturva. Don't waste your time in all these things. Don't waste your time in all these analysis. What are you going to gain? You are going to go deeper into the samsara sagaram and you cannot come out. This must be backed up with Vaidika Shastra. This must be backed up with parajnanam. If you don't have the capability, don't go into it. Don't go and lose your track. Don't lose yourself in this dense forest. Instead, start thinking about Bhagavan. Because this will only create vritha kantha kshobham vahasi. This will only create a pain for you in your throat. Throat will have a lot of pain. You're only putting your throat to a lot of trouble. So don't involve in all these things. In fact, we have been discussing about it for the past so many minutes. It is only a waste of time for all of us. Because there is no use out of this. We are not going to gain anything out of this. Then why should we think about all these things? So he says, Vritha kantha kshobham is only a pain in your throat, waste of energy, waste of efforts. So don't get into all these things. Vritha kantha kshobham parihar vahasi tarasa tarkavachasa. Because of tarkavadam, because of tarkam, you will only waste your energy and waste your time. He asks a logical question. Okay, you can involve yourself in tarkavadam, but can it defeat Yama? Pariharati kim ghora shamanam. Can it defeat Yama? When Yama comes and stands in front of you, will you ask him, oh Yama, answer my question. Is it pot or clay? Is it cloth or thread? If I find smoke in the mountain, does this mean that the mountain is on fire? Answer these questions, then I will come with you. Will he listen to all these? Will he even think about these? He will not even let us speak if he is going to anticipate that we are going to speak all these. And he will in fact take away our life the next second itself, because he doesn't want us to speak anymore. He will only think, Mudhamate, he's blabbering something. Papa. He was left alone somewhere. So he got mentally ill, mentally retarded. So definitely have to take him, because this sharira, this mind will only make him even worse. So saying so, Yama will only take us out immediately and he will take us to his loka. So is there any use out of this? Pariharati kim ghora shamanam. Will it drive away Yama? Or will it relieve you from the cycle of birth and death? This is a complete cycle which goes on forever. We don't know how many revolutions we have seen in all these yugas. We might have been a very small worm. We might have been a tree. We might have been a cow. We might have been a horse. We might have been a dog. We might have even been a cockroach. We might have been born as a leech. We might have been anything. And now we have got this Manushya Janma. And this is the greatest blessing which Bhagavan can give us. Purandaradasa himself sings, Manava Janma Dodadu. Manava Janma Dodadu. Manava Janma Dodadu. Manava Janma Dodadu. Idahani Madali Vedi Kuchepa Gadira Manava Janma Dodadu. Idahani Madali Vedi Kuchepa Gadira Manava Janma Dodadu. says, Manava Janma Doddadu. It is the most precious thing that we can ever get. Viveka Chudamani also says this. It says, Manava Janma Doddadu, the same thing. It says that it is precious to be born as a human being. Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham. It is very difficult to get Manushya Janma, but if we get it, then that is the greatest blessing showered upon us. So, in this Manushya Janma, we have got it after so many births, after so many yugas. But even in this Manushya Janma, we have so many sufferings. It is better to be born as a human, but even in this human birth, we all experience so many discomfort and sorrows. Imagine that you are all retired and probably we all leave this mortal body in about a year or so. First of all, we don't even know we are ready for that state. If we say that Yama is going to come in a year, we will not live this 1 year happily. We will take up extra pressure and we'll start thinking about Yama. Instead of Hara Japam, Hari Japam, we will get involved in Yama Japam. We'll keep thinking about Yama. What will we do if Yama comes? What will we do if Yama comes? So the only date we should not know in our life is the death date. Because we'll totally lose control of our mind. So, are we even ready for Yama right now? Can all of us leave our body right now and go to the loka that we are destined to? Even if Yama comes in front of us and says that he's taking our body, and even if we are given a new birth, will we be happy? Imagine the life. We'll be born as a small infant, staying in the mother's womb for 10 months, 9 to 10 months. And that womb is near stools and excretion. So we are there in that malam, we are there in that dirt, we are there in that impure thing only. And from there we come out. The day we come out, we start crying. And from that day till the last day, we keep crying. We keep crying for something or the other. We cry for milk and attention in the initial days. And then we start growing up. We start walking. We start falling down. We start bumping into things. And we find everyone very happy and caring. As the days pass, we are put in a school. We are all lucky that at least we had pre-KG, LKG, UKG. Nowadays, they also have kindergarten, pre-kindergarten, and all sorts of schools and institutions are run to take the child away from the mother at the earliest, if possible, the next minute after it is born. So the gap, the duration with mother is reducing day by day, generation after generation. So if we are born later, after a few years, we will go to the kindergarten, we'll go to that school, play school, at the age of 1 or 1.5 years. So we'll go there, we'll start crying. And if we are notorious, then our parents start scolding us. They'll keep scolding us for everything that we do. We should face all those things in our life and start growing up. So as the days pass, we have too many tests, we have many friends, we also have enemies, we fight with everyone, we happily laugh with many people, we have favorite teacher, we have a teacher whom we don't like at all, we dislike some people, we like some people, we create love towards some people, we create hatred towards some people, we start growing up. As we grow up, we come to the 10th standard examination. And in the 10th standard examination, when we are ready to write the exam, people say, please take it very seriously. Because if you don't take 10th standard exam seriously, then you will not be placed in a good school for 12th standard. So we take it up very seriously. And we also get good marks. Assuming that we get good marks, we get placed in a good school. And then they say, finish off your 12th standard exam and come out with flying colors. And if you do that, your life is settled because you will get placed in a better college. So we toil so much to somehow get the highest mark, and we try to get placed in a better college. After getting placed in a college, all the professors say, somehow, please consider your college life very seriously. Because if you don't consider it seriously, then you will not get placed in a better job. So again, we take this also seriously. We keep thinking about aparajnanam, and we go behind that. We keep reading all sort of books which are not necessary for our life. And somehow we get placed in a good office. We think our life is settled, but it doesn't end there. There, the employer says, work more, because you should get promotion, you should get better salary hike, we should get profits, we should attain a better position in the market. So keep working more, work more. And there we have to face humiliation and insult from people whom we don't know, even from people who are younger to us, or from people who are less qualified than us. But no other way out. We'll have to take all those insults and humiliation as a garland, and we'll have to march forward. There is no other way out. And after everyone realizes that you're earning more, that you do have a good bank balance, they think about your marriage. It is generally said, happily ever after the couple get married. But it is never happily ever after. I don't know about it, but I've heard many people say that it is not happily ever after. It is not a full stop there. It is just a comma. We face many problems. We have to sustain our family. So we keep thinking about them. We keep thinking about money. We keep thinking about employment. We keep thinking about all these things constantly. So this goes on forever. And after retirement, we think that we should constantly involve ourselves in satsang. But at that point of time, probably we are totally outdated technically, or probably our ears are not working, so we are not able to hear. Our eyes are not having the same clarity that it used to have when it was a child, when it was very young. So we face many problems in our body. We face many problems around us. We think nobody is logging into Zoom or Google Meet, and nobody is giving us a tablet or a laptop to get into satsangam. Nobody is taking us to temples to involve ourselves in satsangam. We feel nobody is taking care of us. We feel that we have done so much for them. They don't respond, they don't retaliate. And we keep thinking about all these things, and we get even more deeper into this sorrow, this ocean of sorrows. So this was just a 5-minute quick glance of the life that we have ahead in front of us. So do you think pot or clay, cloth or thread? Is the mountain on fire? Is it made up of atoms? All these vadams, all these statements will relieve you from the clutch of Yama, or will it relieve you from punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jathare shayanam? Will it relieve you from the cycle of birth and death? Do you think that you will be relieved? If you think so, then you're totally wrong. This is not of any use. This cannot help any one of us at any point of time. So don't keep thinking about all these. Don't have ego that you know too much. Don't keep wasting your time in all these jnanam. Don't keep talking unnecessary things. Instead, start thinking about the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. Because again, yatha jnanam vina muktihi nasti upaya shatairapi, tatha bhakti vina jnanam nasti upaya shatairapi. Without bhakti, everything that we learn will go waste. It will go into the drain. It is of no use, absolutely no use. Only when some value is given to it, only when parajnanam is added to the aparajnanam, then we will achieve something in our life. Otherwise, even if we get this human form again and again and again, which is the most precious form, it is totally waste. At least Bhagavan can give it to someone else who wants to think about Bhagavan. Why should he give it to us constantly when we are not able to think about him? When we are not able to Utilize it for the purpose of satsangam.